Are you someone who has ambitious goals for their life?
Are you someone that wants to succeed at the highest level possible in your craft?
Are you someone who has a purpose and vision for their life and is willing to do whatever it takes to get there?
If that describes you, I'm Eddie Scott.
And I'm Trenten and Scott. And welcome to the Sayless Lifestyle.
What's up, Sayless fam? Welcome to another edition of the Sayless Lifestyle Podcast. Once again, my name is Eddie Scott, co-founder of the Sayless Lifestyle. Thank you guys for tuning in. Wherever you are, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, leave a review. As always, I got me co-founder Trenten and Scott. Trent, tell the people what's up.
What's up, Sayless fam? Back again with another Sayless Lifestyle Podcast. Today we got a special guest with us, Candace Waters, woman of many traits. Go ahead and tell the people about yourself, Candace.
Hey everybody, my name is Candace Waters. I am a content creator. I am the owner and creator of Candace's Corner, which can be found on YouTube. I'm also the girl from TikTok, C_International, and Instagram. I think that's about it for me.
Yeah, so we came across Candace on her TikToks, which were her TikToks were very powerful. She is definitely on some different vibrational level, and the stuff she was saying was extremely powerful. So talk to me about TikTok and when did you start getting a following for TikTok?
So I started TikTok in March, like right when the pandemic started, but I was just doing like the dancing videos, typical like TikTok stuff. And one of my homeboys was like, I really think you should get on TikTok and create because like you could really grow. And I was just like, no, I do enough serious stuff on every other platform. I just want to play around. I want to be funny. I do not want to be inspirational. I do that on every other platform. He was like, no, you should do it. So in May, one of my brother's friends was like, hey, I really think you should get on TikTok. So I got on TikTok. I created my first video. And then from that, it kind of just grew. I think the cool thing about TikTok is there's somebody craving something you create. Like there's a person for everybody. And so I created my first video. And I think the first video that I ever did that got a whole bunch of views was about like managing a storm. And what I realized was that people are craving authenticity. Like in a world full of fake, they want something real. And they want to feel it. Like they want to know what you're going through. And so I just started sharing. And the more I shared, the more it grew. I'm a very transparent person. I just believe in like letting my life speak more or speak louder than my words. Like I'm gonna just let my life speak. And so with that, I just started documenting. So whatever I do on YouTube, I do on TikTok and Instagram and vice versa.
Okay, for sure. And talk a little bit about some of the things that you do outside of TikTok in your personal life.
I love to travel. This pandemic is really killing my vibe. I love to travel. That is my thing. I'm a traveler. When I'm not traveling, let's see, what else do I do? I sing. So I kind of help some people out with like their music and stuff every now and then. I write. I love to write. So I'm into like writing plays and scripts and stuff. So that's kind of what I do. I'm kind of always creating, even when I'm not creating, if that makes sense. But travel is like my number one thing. I love flights and skies, blue skies.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey,
and Trent, I'm gonna ask you one more question before you go. But like you were saying earlier, at first you started doing like dancing TikToks and just kind of random stuff. But what was it that made you want to start making content that was helping people, like building people up?
So what happened is people from Instagram were going to TikTok and they were like, you just need to be on TikTok. Like this needs to be a TikTok. And so I just was like, you know what? I might as well. Like I'm already doing it on Instagram. Like what I do on TikTok, I already do on Instagram and I already do on Candace's Corner. So why not just give it to them? So that's kind of what it was. It was kind of like the followers that I already had that I'm really close to. They were like, hey, just start doing it. So
and from TikTok, not to assume, but you had a pretty drastic weight loss journey. And I mean that was definitely inspirational to see And so I assume that your hobby is obviously working out too.
Yeah, that's one of them. I don't know if it's a hobby anymore. It's like working out. I don't know if I call it a hobby because sometimes I hate it, but
Yeah,
but I don't
yeah, I
miss a
mean, who
day,
does?
if that makes sense. I don't miss a day. I try not to. I don't go a week without working out at least. Like I work out twice a day, so I don't go a week without. Like I try not to miss a workout. It's become a lifestyle. I don't know if it's a hobby, but sometimes,
Yeah, it's kind of becoming your habit and your routine now, you could say, because obviously there's moments where you get to that point and it's just like, I really don't feel like working out today. But those are the days where you actually should work out the most, or push yourself out your
I
comfort
needed
zone.
you this morning because I didn't feel like
Mhm.
working out, so I didn't. I made it a rest day today.
Hey,
A
rest
rest
days
day today.
rest days are always good, never bad for a
Tomorrow
rest
though,
day.
I'll pick back up. Saturday I'll pick up, and Sunday I'll pick back up. Today I was just like, kind of tired.
Yeah, because them rest days sometimes are dangerous because one rest day could lead to another, and then
Yeah.
before you know it, you're back to where you
Yeah,
started at square one.
today was a rest day. But tomorrow I'll be back on my 2-a-days and Saturday and Sunday. So yeah.
Okay, for sure. So yeah, I know one thing that Trent and I want to talk to you about. You tell a story about Joseph in the Bible and how he was telling people his goals so much that they got jealous of him, and it kind of like set him back some years. So we would just want to talk about that and your thoughts on just not speaking and just take action on your goals.
Yeah. So that's he's one of my favorite stories. But I think in this world of social media, it's like if we don't tell you and you don't see it, it doesn't happen. It doesn't count. It doesn't matter. What people have to understand is taking something that's premature and bringing it out could cause it's like, okay, like it's like if you have a baby and it's a preemie, you don't take it out the NICU and bring it to the people before it's all the way developed. You'll mess around and cause it to get sick. And so many of us have dreams and things and they're premature. And here we are telling, yeah, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. And it's like now you have people causing harm on your baby. But if you protect it and you keep your mouth quiet and you just work until it's full grown, then nobody can harm it. And so Joseph's dream, I tell people all the time, I was like, it's not that his dream was incorrect, but it's just that he ran his mouth. But they're like, well, maybe that's God's plan. I was like, yeah, but God is so good that even if he wasn't sold into slavery, I'm pretty sure God would have made him a king. It's just he took an extra detour because he ran his mouth. And so it's like less announcements, just more work. Like you don't need to tell the world what you're doing. All you need to do is pop out, because the more you tell, the more you have to explain yourself. And then you have people who constantly live in fear, who never chase their dreams. So they try to instill that fear into you. And it's like, just because you didn't do it doesn't mean I can't do it.
Right.
So less announcements, more work. Like I don't need to discuss what I was called to do with anyone because you didn't create me. Not a conference call. It wasn't a meeting. It was not, you know what I'm saying? Like when I was created, it was not a meeting with everybody at the table saying, hey, this is how we're going to make her to be. No, it's just, I was created. And so this is what I'm going to do. And so I think people in this social media generation, it's all about like, oh, look at me, look what I'm doing. But it's like, man, don't ruin it. Like you talk too much and now your idea got stolen. You talk too much and now they put fear in your heart. You talk too much. Just less announcements. Just do work. Just put up and shut up. That's all I tell people. Shut up and put up.
Yeah, because people, I mean, more than likely, if you tell people what you got going on anyways, they're not going to support you like you think they will, because they don't see the vision how you see it yourself. Like you said, just because they didn't do it or they can't see themselves doing it, they're going to put their same fears and stuff on you. So yeah, that's amazing. The TikTok, but that's not even the TikTok I found you from. I think I found you from about the Noah's Ark. The Noah's Ark.
Build anyways.
Yep. Keep building, no matter what. It might look like it's not gonna work out in your favor, but God always has a plan. God's plan is greater, you know?
Yeah, I think that, so when I first started my YouTube channel, I was trying to get monetized and literally I was just exhausted. Like it is one thing, trying to be monetized on YouTube is a full-time job, okay?
Yeah, YouTube
trying
is
to
tough.
be a creator is a full-time job if you already have a job. And what people don't understand is you see a 10-minute video, but you don't know how long it took to edit. You don't know how hard I had to be creative. And sometimes you just don't want to do it anymore. Like, and it's like, I ain't really want to do that no more. But then it's like, well, no, keep building, because this is going to build a platform. This is going to do that. And so when I was reading, I do my devotions in the morning. I noticed that. I was like, oh, wow. So it wasn't raining when God's like, hey, you're going to build an ark, but there was no rain in sight. And it didn't rain for 40 days, like 40 years. So it was like, you're building something and you don't know when it's coming, but just because you trust in God that much and you're going to build. And what I realized was, when he finished building, when the storm came, everybody else was wiped out, but he was good because he built. So I was like, whether you are tired, whether you are frustrated, whether they laugh, whether they just build. Like, just keep building. And if you have to take breaks, just don't quit.
Right. And a powerful thing with that story is Noah, he never made excuses. He wasn't talking back to the guy saying, oh, I don't have this wood, or I don't see any rain. He just said, I'm just have faith and just take action. And it saved him and his family.
I think that's really good, because I think the moment you begin to answer with your insecurities and what you don't have, you literally cancel the dream. Like, for your brand, like, right? So like, if y'all were like, oh, okay, we're gonna start a brand, and then Trent was like, yes, so we don't have any money, we don't know how to make merch. Now he just instill like this thing, so maybe we should just cancel it. But I feel like if you got the idea and you move quickly, it's like the pieces will line up eventually. Just move. I tell people all the time, if you take 2 steps forward and you just say, hey, here's what I got, God, do whatever you can do with what I have. There's always more than enough. I've never been in a predicament or position where I didn't move, or I moved and God didn't come through. Because I think God, like I made a TikTok that says, like, God rejoices at the beginning. There's a scripture that talks about it, like, he rejoices at the beginning. Like, your baby steps count. They're still steps. Like, people think you have to take big strides and you have to run, but baby steps still count as steps. So whether you just started the Instagram today and you wrote 1 sentence of your blog, it's a step. Keep building upon the steps. That's all that matters. Like, babies don't start off jogging marathons. They 1 step at a time. 1 step at a time.
Right. And Trent and I talk about this all the time, and I'll let him speak on this too. But when we first started this clothing brand, we did not have any idea what we were doing. All we knew is that we had a vision, a message that we wanted to push to the world. And we just took action. We didn't make excuses. We didn't say, oh, we don't have this, we don't have this knowledge. We weren't sitting for years trying to, get certain knowledge on starting a clothing brand. We just took action, and everything that we needed came along the way.
Yeah, and slow progress is better than no progress. That's what I always keep in the back of my mind, because, like, good things don't happen fast, really. And
you don't want anything too quick anyway.
Right, exactly. Because if you get it too fast and you're not ready for it, you're gonna lose it fast. So and when you get that first idea, there's no reason to wait for it. Like she says, like Kenneth said, you just start. You guys just have to start. And really, when that motivation and you get that first emotion, within the next 48 hours, the motivation is at its highest point. So after that, it's going to be hard to start after. So when you first get that initial idea, just start, because you're going to gradually get better over time. Things don't come fast. You have to take steps and do it with passion and just give it your all, and things will unfold for you.
Absolutely. I think people need to understand. A lot of people reach out to me. It's like, oh, I want to start a YouTube. How do I start? I'm like, just start.
Exactly.
But I need a camera. Exactly. I need this. No, just start. I said, because let me tell you something. It's never perfect the first time. It only gets better as you progress through. But if you don't start, you don't have anywhere to go. Like, it's not, you can't go down. It's nowhere to go but up, because you've never started before. So like, you can only go up. You can't go down. So it's like, just start. But what if just start? If you start, then we can go from there. And so a lot of people, I tell people all the time, a lot of people aren't further in life, not because they don't have talent, or not because they don't have drive, or they're even missing the opportunities. Just they won't take a chance on themselves.
Can't be scared to fail. Not be scared to fail. Yes. Somebody texted me the other day asking me, can I mentor them on starting a YouTube channel? It's not really nothing to be mentored about. It's just you do it and you gradually get better, and it starts to become natural. And if you really, and one, I believe, like, if something is, if you're not doing it with passion, if you don't feel like something is not your purpose, then you shouldn't be doing it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think now people need to define what purpose is, because so many of us have said this is purpose, and people think purpose is chasing a bag, but purpose is what, like, when you close your eyes, this is what you see. Purpose is what makes your heart beat. So you have a whole bunch of people grinding at things that doesn't make their heart beat. So you're good at it, and it's just like, it's not what you're passionate about.
Yeah,
It
and
wasn't
it
what you
all
were
comes.
created to do.
Yep, and it all comes back to the reason why you're doing what you're doing. If, like you said, if it's just because you're chasing bag or chasing money or chasing the flesh and things that are worldly, then it's not gonna last long.
Absolutely. I tell people all the time, because like people, so like recently, like over the past like 2 years, my following has grown, and I've been given opportunities that I wouldn't have even imagined. Like things that people are striving for, I would have never imagined that I've gotten the opportunity. And people say all the time, like, man, you're just so great. I was like, let me tell you something. It's great to be in these rooms, but I don't want to get in the room and then like God not be in the room. I don't want to get into these rooms and these places and do all these different things and my character not be able to sustain me. Because that's the thing, like your character also has to be ready for what you're building. So that's why it's so great to build, because while you build, you're also building your character. So many of us have these great talents and things, but our character's undeveloped. So it's just as quick as you got it, you're going to lose it because your character won't keep you in it. So I tell people all the time, like, the building isn't necessarily about what you create at the end. It's also about who you are at the end. You're not going to be the same person you are when you start. Like if you are, click, I guess, but you should always be evolving and changing and molding and shaping. So that's the biggest part of the journey, honestly.
100%, 100%. Yeah, we just live in a microwave culture, you know what I'm saying, where everybody, they see things on social media and that distorts our mentality. And we think, oh, they became rich when they were 19. They did this at this age. So I feel like if I start today, I should have it by next month. But in reality, like you were saying earlier, it's all about the person that you become. Have you ever heard of Jim Rohn, motivational speaker?
No. Who is
Jim
that?
Rohn? You need to start listening to him. This is me and Trenton's guy. We listen to him probably every day. But one of the big things he says is the journey to your goal. Like, your goal is not about the goal itself. It's about who you become on the journey. And you have to become the person that, I'm trying to think of how to say this. If you want to achieve a goal, you have to become the person that you need to be to achieve that goal before you can achieve it. So I'll use this example. If you want to make it, for basketball players, if you want to make it to the NBA, you can't be a high school level basketball player and say, I want to make it to the NBA and expect to get there. You have to put in the work to become an NBA player before you can get to the NBA. If you want to become rich, you have to develop a wealth mindset. You can't have a broke mindset and say, oh, I want to be rich and just expect it to come to you. You have to become that person before you can achieve that goal.
Yeah, you have to build up to it. Yep.
I tell people all the time, like, social media is a highlight reel. There is a director's cut. It is like, you're only going to see 15 minutes of somebody's highlight reel, and then you compare yourself and you feel like, oh, I could do what they can do. But like, what people don't understand is microwave stuff ain't good for you. It has preservatives in it. Everything slow cooked is way better. So we live in this microwave generation who wants everything quick, but what you don't understand, the things that you work for, the slow, that lasts longer. That has more value. Just as quick as you get it, you'll lose it. So I tell people all the time, like, we got a microwave generation, but we serve a crock pot God. God don't work on your timetable. And the faster you learn that, the faster it is. Like, there is a process. And anybody that tells you there's not a process, they cheated. Like, it's cheated. Like, if it wasn't hard work, they cheated. They probably cheated. And so I hate social media, but I love it at the same time. But I hate it because people are out here comparing themselves, thinking that they're not accomplished, and it's just like, bro, you're only seeing 15 minutes. You don't know how hard, they work. Like Kevin Hart says, everybody want to be famous, don't nobody want to put in the work. Everybody want to be famous, don't nobody want to put in the work. And it's like, he didn't become a superstar overnight. That man had plenty of times he was booed off the stage. Did you not see Soul Plane? It was the worst movie he ever was in, but it was a process. And so I tell people all the time, like, you don't know what you're doing. You feel like you're behind, you're at the right time, because we all feel like that. Just keep moving.
Yeah, and I saw this picture on social media. It was 3 people standing on some pedestals, and it was first place, second place, third place, and everybody was cheering. all they saw was the first place, second place, third place, and under the water, it was like a level, and under the level, it had under each pedestal, it had adversity, setbacks, a bunch of things that they had to go through to get to that first place, to that second place, to that third place. So that picture is very powerful. I'm gonna try to find it and DM you after what it looks like, but it was a very powerful picture. Yeah, so I looked on your YouTube. It said you got something to do with love and hip hop. What was that about?
So TikTok. So what happened was one of my TikToks about the market being oversaturated did really, really well. And to this day, it's still doing really, really well. And I don't know how. But this woman, she has a clothing brand, and she reposted someone who remade my video. And one of my friends, I guess, follows her and was like, hey, this is not her voice. This is my girl, C International. And I was like, settle down, not that big of a deal. So the owner actually ends up getting in contact with me, and she's like, oh my God, okay, so you're this person, and I found your TikTok, and I just started this brand with Juju from Love and Hip Hop. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. And she's like, yeah, so we want you to speak for our opening of our brand. And I was like, with the girl from Love and Hip Hop? She was like, yeah, I showed her your video. She loves you. They're great. Da, 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 da. And I was just like, okay. So I hopped on the Zoom because it was supposed to be in person, but they ended up making it a Zoom. And Juju was like, hey, Candace. And I'm like, girl, you know you Love and Hip Hop? Like,
yeah, hey,
is you
that's
and
a
Yancy
blessing.
gonna be? Yeah, like I just like, and here's the thing, like I want people to understand. I don't ever live my life to brag. I literally just live my life, just living it, but I never meant to be inspirational. What I try to tell people is like, look, if I can do anything, you can do it too. If I didn't create content, she wouldn't have found me. That's why it's important to do what you're supposed to do.
Baby steps count.
Yeah, baby steps count as steps. Like, who knows? Maybe one day I might be on Love and Hip Hop. I mean, if I am, cool. But I thought it was interesting that my name was in rooms of people who are bigger than me, and like the fact that she was like, "Oh my God, I just want to help you. You're so great. I love your content. I watch you every day." Da, 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 da. I'm like, girl, what? Like, I was just
You never know who watching.
Yeah, you really don't. And that's the thing. That's what I'm like. You never know who's watching you. And that's why I tell people all the time, like, your name is in places you haven't traveled yet. Just be patient. Keep walking. You'll get there. That's really what it is.
Yep, and that's why it's very important to discover your purpose and who God created you to be, because like you were doing the things that you needed to be doing for your purpose. You were making the TikToks, making YouTube videos, making content that was inspiring other people, and your name was getting out there. And when you are walking in that purpose, doors are just opening without you even having to go out and do that work.
So just like your gift makes room for you, not your degree, not your face, not your gift. So if you work your gift, that's how you get the rooms. That's how you get the doors. That's really what it is. So I just tell people like, hey, do your thing, like work your gift and be great.
That's really it. That's really it.
Yep. So we don't get ready to tune down the podcast. But before, got a little signature question for you.
Okay.
Also, I hope y'all taking notes because we definitely dropping gems for y'all. Especially go tune in on Candace's TikTok. It's C_international, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she dropping gems every day. Yeah, as long
I don't know about every day, y'all, but
almost
I'm
every
up
day.
there.
Yeah, and tune in Sayless Lifestyle TikTok where we dropping motivation for you guys. But yeah, so let's get right into the signature question. I'll let Eddie ask it. Go ahead. Even though I ask it all the time, but go ahead.
I was about to say this is really Trenton's job, but hey, I'm on there, Trent. I'm on there. So yeah, Candace, signature question of the Sayless Lifestyle Podcast. How do you do more and say less?
Me as a person?
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
How do I do more and say less? Ooh, it's a little tricky, guys. I think what I'm doing now. I just show up every single day. I show up, even if I'm tired, I show up and I let my hard work be the example. I've learned that if you show up each and every day, no matter if you're tired, no matter if you have the answers or not, you'll produce something. So for me, I show up, I'm early, I'm never late. I don't let people get into my mindset of who I'm supposed to be. I remind myself every single day of what I'm called to be, and I just show up and I produce. And I've decided, like, for the rest of my life, I don't need to consult with anybody else. I'm gonna just put in the work, and eventually the hard work will pay off. So that's how I do it. I show up, I put up, and I shut up. That's it.
So powerful. That's so powerful. One of my basketball coaches back when I was younger, he used to tell me and my team, he would say, showing up is 50% of the job. So if you show up, you're already beating 50% of the people out there, because most people don't even have the desire to show up. So show up, do the work, say let's do more.
Exactly.
Yep. Really that simple. Hey, tell the people where they can reach you at, Candace.
So you guys can follow me on TikTok, C_international. You can follow me on Instagram, also C_international. I am also on YouTube, Candace's Corner. Those are the 3 places you can find me. I'm also on Twitter, C_international. You can just follow me there. That's where you can find me.
Cool. Yeah, we appreciate you hopping on a podcast.
Thank you guys for having me. This was fun.
Yeah, for sure.
Sure.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys tuning to another Sayless Lifestyle podcast. Stay tuned for more coming your way. Continue living that Sayless lifestyle. There really ain't much more to say. Leave a review, subscribe, like the video, comment, share. Say let's do more. We out of here.
Yes.